this is my 10 minutes. I'm going to get some more later on, but resources is me. So somebody can time me if you like and throw something at me. This is some resources. So I want today to be partly about what you guys can take away as well. No, Murray, it wasn't metaphorical, okay? I know what you South Africans are like. It'll be something horrible you throw at me. Right. Oh no, they're ganging up on me.
Wasting your 10 minutes.
I am. Okay, so no pressure. These are some things that you can take away from the day today. Just some ideas that you might want for free. First of all, some theology resources. I'm going to get my bag because I want to wave some stuff at you. Okay. Santa's little sack, Emma, exactly. So, the most important theological resource you can have is these 3 letters. If you ask any Christian the question why, you will get a theological answer. So the most important theology you can do is to say why. I spent 2 years doing a master's degree and it taught me to ask the question why. And if you're saying why, that starts theology, okay? So, and we say, why is this happening? Why is this young person behaving like this? Why is this church doing this? Why is God not doing that? All these questions that start with a why, when we ask them of a Christian, we tend to get a theological answer. The other thing you might want to do is get a book. Now, in the UK, these are shoes, but in the America, it's a book. So starting right, a good theology book, that's available to borrow in the Resources Centre. Another good theology book, you're only getting 2 today. Before we do that, sorry. Theological reflection. You can do a degree in this, Emma, can't you? This is a little process you can do when you're thinking about why. Again, I haven't got time to go through all this, but if you Google theological reflection, any time that we do anything, we can say what's going on, where's God in it, and all this stuff. So this is a very simple theological reflection circle. What is going on? What are we doing? How well are we doing by God's standards, not the world's standards? Often we like to count bums on seats. God has an interest in that, but only a passing one. Also, how can we do it better? So, theological reflection cycle, there you go. You've all got BA degrees, well done. So, theory books. So that was theology. Here's a theory book. Again, sorry about this. This is American. There isn't much going on in the UK at the moment. This is called OMG, which is a prayer, in a sense. Oh my God. And a really interesting book by Kenda Creasy-Dean that Jamie mentioned earlier. And again, this is quite a short book, really. Really good. It might be available from the Resource Centre. I'm not sure they've got it yet because it's quite new. If not, you can ask me nicely. I'll lend you my personal copy because it's that important. Okay, so there's some theory books. Here's another one. This is from the UK. Unfortunately, there isn't much around in the UK at the moment that's from a UK angle. But this is what every volunteer youth worker should know. Again, it might be a little bit of that book that we were talking about that should be still on the shelf from 10 years ago. But it does contain some wise thoughts about how we do what we do. Okay. So, again, you can get these off Amazon. If you get for what every volunteer youth worker should know, I looked at it the other day, it was 1p. So there you go. Maybe don't tell Danny, he might cry. Right, okay. So, I don't know if any of you have done Youth Alpha in your churches and in your youth groups. I did it in September with my youth group, and then they went and relaunched the thing and improved it, the little what's-its. So, they've now got a really good, so it used to be talk-based, and you used to have to write your own talks. They've now got some videos, and the videos they have are all for free. They're online, you can get them. I'm just going to show you a little bit of a trailer of it, hopefully, if we're ready. Come on, computer.
Why are you even Batman? Batman doesn't even have a superpower. That's just it, man. No superpowers. Just a normal guy like me and you doing super things.
So Alpha's 12 sessions designed to engage us in a conversation on some of life's most important questions.
This isn't going to be a lecture where Ben and I do all the talking. Instead, during Alpha, you're going to get a chance to talk in small groups and ask questions as they come up.
We want to provoke you to think about what you believe and how you feel about certain faith issues.
And then they kill it. Yeah, Batman. This adventure is going to take us all over the world. We're going to hear stories and talk about ideas that you will never forget. You have approximately 570,000 hours left to live. And we want to invite you to spend less than 24 of them with us on Alpha.
That website's incorrect, obviously. You have to go to alpha.org/run, and then you can go from there. You have to register, but then all the videos are in fact free. It's called Having Multimillionaire Backers, and it's rather good. So, the other website I want to run past you, if you do, that's genuinely true, if you run sessions in your groups, and you want some really good sessional material, the Light Live website is really good, and it's better than the accompanying magazine material. So the magazine material you get, like Grid and all this stuff, is okay, but it is better on the web because it was much more shaped around what you want and what resources you have. So you tell it what kind of room you've got, what kind of equipment you've got, and then you can tell it even what session you want. So if you want to do one on Jonah, or if you want to do one on Leviticus or whatever, 18, favourite chapter, they'll have sessions on you, on it for all of that. Go and look it up if you want to. Complete distraction. I did say to my youth group, I was doing the sex talk the other week, and I did say Leviticus contains some really useful advice, and they looked at me sideways, and I said, well, you know, no sleeping with animals comes from Leviticus. So, the other thing that I'd say is absolutely brilliant is the... It's true, it does say that in Leviticus. Is the Youthwork mailing that the really amazing youth advisor sends out from the diocese. Yep, that's me. If you want to sign up, you can sign up with me today. I'll very happily add your name to the list. It doesn't cost you anything, it doesn't cost me anything. And I send out about a monthly mailing with lots of web links and chat and interesting things, telling you about training events. That might be how you found out about Cracking Youthwork today. But you'd be very welcome to sign up. All you need to do is give me your name, your parish and your email address, and you'll go on my list and you'll be forever getting mailings from me. You can unsubscribe yourself if you like. But I get a little email with a sad face on it, and it says, so-and-so's unsubscribed, and I feel a little bit sad, but that's all right. Okay, so there's some web-based resources. Yeah, can you do it right now? What, unsubscribe? Oh, Jamie, you'll cry. Oh, okay, I've got to say this because Jamie's here. Now, Jamie has organised very kindly for us to all have a free copy of Youthwork magazine. Now, he says that it wasn't his fault that they didn't arrive at my office this week. I'm not sure I believe him. But I've got my copy of Youthwork magazine. So you can have a page each, is what I thought I'd do. So I thought we'd rip it up. You can have whichever page. Some of you are going to get the job pages, and some of you are going to get the articles, but I thought we could do that. Seriously, they are going to arrive at my office next week sometime with these blessed couriers. If you do want a copy, I can mail you one out for free, no cost, and you can do that. The interesting thing you might find in there is obviously the... 2 minutes, thank you. I'm nearly finished. Is the articles are interesting, but actually the resource bit in the middle is quite useful. So if you're doing sessional material every week, this bit in the middle is quite useful for just pulling some bits out. Obviously, you've got to adapt it for yourself and go from there. Okay, I've got 2 minutes, I've been told. The other resource, here's a free idea, something that I know some of you have nicked from what we do in Tongham. Pam's now gone, so I can tell you. With her group, what she's decided to do is get some people in from the church and interview them. So once a month, they have bacon butties, and they just grab any old person, not any old person, but someone from the church, and they ask them, how do you live your life of faith today? So they'll ask an old person, or they'll ask a working person, or they'll ask a mum or a dad, what does it mean to be a Christian in your life today? And honestly, that is revolutionary, because it starts to break down the barriers in the church, and it also starts people talking to one another and saying, yeah, but what difference does it make for you? That is a fundamental question young people are asking, and we can answer it by breaking down that barrier. If you want to know what that experience is like, Elaine came to Tongham in January, so you can ask her what it was like. She will happily tell you. The other thing I want to plug is the Resource Centre. People think of it as a library. When I call it a library, Alison gets angry and tells me off. Because it's not. We've got all kinds of bits in there. So we've got pebbles that you can drop in buckets. We've got candles. We've got mats. What's that?
Press bases.
Oh, press-based stuff, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were acting, road digger or something. Yeah. Okay, so prayer space stuff, all those kind of materials. Yes, there are books there and DVDs to borrow, but actually, labyrinth material, all these kind of things, we'll very happily lend to you. Most of it is without charge, some of it is for a nominal cost just to cover wear and tear. The last thing I want to say is do ask someone. One of the really important things that I do is people phone me up and say, David, what's going on? Murray. Catherine is in charge of various bits in the resource centre, so do drop her an email if you've got a stock inquiry. If you want some general advice, if you've got anything about, anger issues when people time you out when you're talking, drop me an email, or tweet me, or message me, and all that stuff. Brilliant. I'm finished. Woo!